How's this tour going so far?
Well, it's going good. You know, since 8 years we came back to US and Canada, and we are really excited. Of course, a couple of shows got cancelled because of the damn blizzard in New York State. We couldn't drive, we couldn't go to the shows. We were super disappointed, but it's going really well. We've been quite surprised at how many people are coming to the shows and how excited they are, and especially how well they know all our songs, because we released many albums in between. It's really nice to see from the stage that the people know all the songs and they know the lyrics and stuff. So far good, and we still could go like a month, 25 shows after this Chicago show.
Wow, 25.
So it's hell of a long, yeah. I'm getting gray.
How you spend time during this long traveling?
Good question. Well, luckily we have good internet connection in the bus, so we can watch HBO and stuff like that. And some guys like to sleep, and then we have a very nice atmosphere in the bus, so it's not that boring that it could be.
So can we hope to see you again more often in North America now?
I certainly hope so, because this tour is kind of a test.
Right.
That we see that is there an audience in America for us, and so far looking really good. So definitely we will come back sooner than 8 years.
Awesome. And let's talk a bit about your latest album, Under the Red Cloud. How did you approach the songwriting? How was working on this album?
Well, between beginning of Times and Circle, the music everybody noticed that it got heavier, and we were looking for heavier directions, but it was still more like a mystery for us. So personally, and I think I can also talk by others, that when we started to do the Under the Red Cloud material, everybody knew in the beginning that it's going to be a little bit heavier, that we're going to go deeper into the metal sound. And that's why we chose Jens Blomgren, because he's one of the best metal producers in the world, and he lives pretty nearby in Sweden. It's only a 1 hour flight. And when he got into the pre-production, he was also looking for a heavier sound, like nothing totally extremes, but he was like asking for more growling vocals and more different more brutal vocals, and we were like, okay, yeah. So now this is gonna be much more heavier. But basically the songs, the melodies and stuff, I think we made them like we always made them. Not to overthink it, just make a good song with good melodies. And but when you start arranging riffs and in a rehearsing place you add the drums, then everybody had the heavier edge.
And your lyrics are usually inspired by Finnish mythology and history. Do you plan on keep on doing that for the lyrics?
Well, I don't see any reason to change. We are pretty happy, and actually the Under the Red Cloud is not about Kalevala anymore, but it's still the same ideas, yeah. But it's not a character from Kalevala. It's nothing related to Kalevala. So yeah, I don't think we have to go back to Kalevala, because we have got a hell of a lot of good feedback from the new lyrics and approach. So we have to ask from our lyricists, like, if he has any ideas and how does he see where the lyrical thing is going. But hard to say yet. We haven't talked about it yet. But
you also released recently a tour edition of Under the Red Cloud. What made you decide to do this release?
Well, there's two things. The record company wanted to boost a little bit the marketing side in the US, like that there's something else to that. And also the fact that we had the killer show last year in Helsinki Juhlaviikot, big cultural event, where we played some acoustic material and some weird mixes. There was Pekko Käppi doing this ethnic instrument, jouhikko, I don't know what it is in English, and then Sakari Kukko was doing flute and saxophone, and Anneke von Grisberg was doing the background vocals. And in that show we played kind of like acoustic mixture with special versions of the old songs, and then we played the whole Under the Red Cloud. And the record company just suggested that if you guys have any like a good live set, we could do a bonus disc to a little bit to help the marketing the tour. And so far it's going good. I heard the album is selling like hell. And
Yeah,
good feedback. Yeah.
you also released the song Hair Alone with Annika van Geisbergen. That was
Yeah.
really awesome. How did you come up with this collaboration?
Well, it was because of that show in Helsinki when we played the whole Under the Red Cloud and this special thing. We were just thinking like a good female singer. Of course, we thought Alea, but she passed away, which was horrible. But second choice, we met Anneke many times in the festivals, and we played shows together in some small festivals and big ones too. And we liked her, we loved her voice, and so we tried. Maybe she wants to come to Helsinki. Well, who doesn't want to come to Helsinki?
Right.
And then she booked another show next day. Oh no, day before we had the big one. She also booked one, like a solo gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Esa was actually featuring there. He was playing guitar for one or two songs.
Are you interested in future collaborations with musicians or other singers?
Well, not at the moment. We are in the touring mode now. Probably when we go to the studio next fall, and or even before, when we start listening the material what everybody has composed, probably then we will start to think about like what kind of other instruments or voices there could be or that would fit in those songs. But not at the moment. We haven't really talked about it. But we will definitely. It's always nice to have some extra atmospheres and colors in the album, not just the traditional instruments.
And personally, do you have any particular favorite artist that you would like to collaborate with?
Oh, too many.
Too many, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the 70s old school hard rock fan.
Oh, okay.
But they are passing out now. They're so old guys, but there's great bands. And yeah, Steven Wilson, very interesting new artist. Well, not new, but the solo career is pretty new.
Right. And with so many successful albums, now there are 12, right? Is it hard to choose the songs for the set list?
It's the hardest thing you can imagine because there's 6 guys in a band and everybody has opinion. And then you have to still think about the fans. So there's a couple of songs you have to play, and then there's a huge fight. No, we don't fight that much anymore because we tour all the time. So we have a chance. If somebody wants the particular song in the set, we don't necessarily put it straight away, but we say like, okay, after this tour, maybe next summer. So everybody has, if there is favorites. But back in the days, like in Skyforger times and stuff, we were fighting like hell, because there were so many good songs and they were all really fresh. It's now with Under the Red Cloud also was in the beginning when we started to tour because we love every song in the album and they're really playable live. So then we were like, we want to play these all, but we can't do it because there's also people who want to hear some other stuff. And so we changed them all the time. In the beginning of the tour, we played Enemy at the Gates and For Wise Men. Now we play Death of a King, Sacrifice. Like we changed pretty much. And we also changed the Skyforger songs. We changed Tales songs. Now we are doing Black Winter Day again. Yeah. And Into Hiding. Last at least 100 shows we did Drowned Maid. And so it's we change them all the time, but hopefully fans are happy. Some people are, why did you play this on this tour, but you played it last tour? We are like, well, if we would have played, everybody has opinion, and in a band there's 6 strong opinions. So
it gets complicated.
It's totally complicated, We were overkill. We played 30 minutes. Think about that. Choose 6 songs from 12 albums.
It's really hard.
It's unbelievable.
You played the entire Tales from the Thousand Lakes live for the 20th anniversary, and then you also played Eclipse on another tour. Yeah. How were those experiences to play entire albums?
Well, it's really nice, but it's totally different thing for us than normal show. Because normally you put in a set list, it grows a little bit to the end and stuff like this, and you put some slow song here, some energy song here, but when you play an album, it's more like one massive performance, and we always play it like track 1, track 2, track 3. We don't mix the songs,
right?
So it's kind of interesting, like in the Tales, the Into Hiding, Castaway, Black Widow Day, they all come in a pretty, like in the beginning of the set, and the end set goes more experimental, and same with Eclipse, but that's the way you have to do it, because if you play the album, fans know how it goes and what their vision is about, and then we don't like to mix the songs, let's keep the track list how it is. But I wouldn't compare it to normal show. They are more like a massive one massive song.
So would you consider playing another album in its entirety?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, nowadays when the records don't sell at all, basically it's very hard to make money out of record sales. So you have to tour like hell. And if you can't tour with one album all the time, and we have good albums in the past, we try to play everything basically. So I'm sure we're gonna do probably Elegy at some point, and maybe Skyforger, but never know.
Do you still identify with those albums? You guys were really young at that time.
Well, of course, but yeah, time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. We had a big arguments when Tommy Joutsen joined the band, when we started to put more old songs to the set list. There was like, oh no, this feels weird to play Karelian Isthmus stuff and stuff like that. But when you do it, you see the audience reaction, and you start enjoying the riffs and stuff like that. Then it comes more natural. So I think we are pretty fine with all our material at the moment, but never know.
And thinking back at that time, what made you decide to become a musician?
Well, probably it's we blame MTV.
Really?
Well, so yeah, I don't know. It's probably because when you are young and you don't want to get older. You don't want to be adult. You don't want to go to the office and work for 8 hours a day. So playing in a band is, at least for me, was kind of a great escape, and it's hell of a lot of fun.
Right.
And you get free alcohol.
Also,
And nobody's nagging you. You have to wake up at 7 o'clock. No, I don't.
And what do you still like about being a musician today? Now the industry is different, the music scene is different.
Well, I like touring and meeting people and talking to the fans and reading people's reactions about songs, what we make, and that's the most important thing. And playing live for people is just so much fun. I wouldn't say making albums is that's fun. It's actually quite boring and heavy job. You're like, oh my god, we have to make an album. Of course, it's fun when it's finished, but it's actually pretty heavy work, and there's a lot of pressure sometimes, and sometimes you have to wait for weeks, and sometimes there might be problems, But touring is always nice, and playing in front of audience, your own material is the thing.
Okay, so what are your plans after this big tour?
We continue. We do like 2 shows in Russia. Then we do 1 cruise boat in Finland. Then we do festivals. 1 festival season. There's like 20 festivals in Europe, in Finland, and then we do the Fall Beat support tour in Northern Europe. I think there's Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, something like that, Austria maybe. We support them in a big stadium tour.
Oh, nice.
So it's gonna be like 20,000 to 50,000, and Fall Beat audience, probably some of our fans too, but it's a great opportunity at this point to try to find new fans from their audience, because you don't every day get to ask to go to the stadium tour as a support band. Normally you have to beg for years and years and years, but this is really nice opportunity. And after that we finish with a couple of shows in Finland, and then we start working with the new material, and probably we hit the studio latest in December, but nothing is really booked yet.
Okay. Then congratulations with the tour and good luck with
Thank you.
all of it, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.